Let's shift gears, but keep it in the CM Punk realm, though.
Yes.
CM Punk's chances of being a WrestleMania main event. I don't think Punk wants them to headline Saturday night. I think I just mentioned that. So you are confident that they're going to work CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania?
Yes. Saturday night main event.
I don't think they give CM Punk a main event without winning a Royal Rumble. Do you think, well, let me ask you this. Do you think CM Punk wins the Royal Rumble and chooses Seth Rollins? Or do you think Cody wins the Royal Rumble and then they somehow work it where CM Punk gets a shot at Seth Rollins?
So, you know what? I don't think we really expected both Cody and Punk in the Rumble. I didn't really consider that until he actually said it. But yeah, so you have, with Cody winning it last year, it's hard. It's going to be great to see the crowd reaction when those two especially are face-to-face. You might actually see how popular or unpopular Cody is.
Yeah, I mean, we said the similar thing that might happen with LA Knight. And Vladi Dottie, that's the crazy part about all this. This is becoming, for me, the most anticipated Royal Rumble in possibly decades.
Yeah.
Because we all think it's Cody. CM Punk is big enough. He's getting the reaction of it and has enough sycophants that's going to will him to an opportunity. But I just don't see him walking through the door and getting that opportunity right away. I don't think it happens. I think it's still going to be Cody's deal. Cody has carried the brand for over a year. Seth Rollins as well has helped build it. I don't think they get I don't think he's getting a main event until he gets a Sunday night, and I think he'll get the opportunity next year. And B, I don't think he would want a Saturday night main event. It's a main event, but it's not really a main event. You know what I mean? You could go out and say, "Oh, he main evented WrestleMania." Come on. It's a main event in theory, but the main event is always going to be the last thing on Sunday night.
You know what?
It's
the
nice
person
to
I think
Kevin Owens had two main events at WrestleMania, but
yeah, that's the thing. It's like I'd love to just ask those guys what are their thoughts on it. Like if they're like, yeah, 100%, that's a main event. Rollins is another one who I'd like to hear.
It's a main event at WrestleMania, but it's not the main event.
See now, and they'd be like, well, that's semantics. So I mean, it is what it is. I mean, just like dwelling on that point. If he gets it, he gets it. So then it just becomes like, oh, it's the versus
It's not as prestigious because it's just someone's pick. Whoever thinks the show would work better with them. You don't really earn. See, for CM Punk, he wants to earn that. It's now that he came out and said it, it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle for him to get it. It's got to be a little bit of a story. Triple H is not just handing it to him. I don't think that's even a shot in hell. Cody Rhodes is still going to get my pick. I think will Punk be one of the last guys? Absolutely. But let me give you, there's a couple other guys though. Again, Gunther, where was he going to last with the Royal Rumble this year? Would he even have been in the Royal Rumble? Maybe he has an Intercontinental title match. But he should be one of the last 3 or 4 guys. He was the next to last guy last year. What about LA Knight? Is he going to be like where there's some big stars that CM Punk just leapfrog? And I think it would really be unsettling to a lot of those people who have been busting their ass building WWE into an all-time creative high before Punk even thought about getting fired from AEW to go to WWE. To have him leapfrog everybody and hand him a main event at WrestleMania, I don't think Triple H would do it. I think it would send a bad message to the talent. As much as the CM Punk fans want it, I don't think Triple H pulls the trigger on that this early. They're going to make him do what Cody did. Let him do a year and see how big it gets. That's my honest opinion. Or maybe they do a triple threat match. CM Punk did throw some shade at Roman, but at the end of the day, I don't think Triple H rewards CM Punk just because people talk about him. I think he's going to have to still going to get a great spot at WrestleMania. He'll still be in a great feud, and he's going to make magic because he is great at telling stories, particularly on this microphone. But there's no way he gets the WrestleMania main event this early. And I don't believe it's just going to be handed to him.
Hold on. We kind of dwell on this. All right. Are you just saying the Sunday night main event?
I don't think he gets a main event period this year.
So even on Saturday.
And the reason, the reason I'm saying this is because he put it out there like that's finishing his story. That Saturday main event is handed to you. You don't earn it. The Sunday main event is the one that you earn. So that's why I'm saying that. If it's going to be a part of his story, he's going to have to earn it. He's not going to be in a WrestleMania main event this year. And I will bet the house on that, just like I would bet the house when I said he was coming back. You're going to skip him over Rhea Ripley after she got screwed last year.
But here's the thing. Who's Rhea Ripley going against?
Well, you don't know that yet.
Exactly. And it doesn't, to me, as I go through the names, even if you put Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, you know what? no disrespect to both of them, who are the greatest on the planet at what they do, I still would rather see Punk versus Rollins in the main event that night.
We're not talking what we'd rather. We're not talking what we'd rather. We're talking what Triple H will do. I don't think he hands CM Punk a main event of WrestleMania walking through the door when Rhea Ripley has helped elevate the women's division, elevate her character, become one of the top women stars of all time. I don't think you just pass all over these people who've been doing the hard work. And I don't think it's right to do that either. They deserve that opportunity, and Triple H has been there. I think Triple H makes CM Punk do the work on screen and tell that story going into next year.
Listen, I understand. I agree points that you're saying. However, one of the things that I know, too, with Triple H is he's a guy who has a very shitty record at WrestleMania, was always willing to take a back seat to people to go and put other stories over, right?
Sucker!
So this is a thing where, like, in the grand scheme of things, as you are on top, like, or on this wave that is just rising with your product, and honestly, you and I, when AEW was created, were like, oh, this is what wrestling needs, and it did, right at that point. However, what we were wishing that would happen in AEW are things that are now happening in WWE, and it's such the more cool product, where we're seeing the beginnings, in my view, is like almost like another revolution in wrestling. Okay, like, you have so much talent there with the mind that needs to be in place. We haven't seen anything like this short of Paul Lee and ECW, and that's considering those scales. You know what I mean?
I think it's better. It's a much better product.
Oh yeah,
had a lot of.
Oh yeah. Oh, 100%. But imagine that mind with the talent that you currently see in WWE, and this is what we're kind of looking at, man. And I don't know, if he's going to go, oh yeah, because Rhea versus Charlotte for some reason, which are not really crossing paths anymore.
I don't think that would be that. I don't think that would be the match, but
so I don't know what route they're going. I'm not sure who's going to win the Women's Royal Rumble or who deserves it at this point. However, the fact that he mentioned the main event at WrestleMania, and the way he went against Rollins, wanted to, like, just sort of needle him. I mean, just evoking his wife's name. And the more he does that, I think the more we're going to see, like, AJ Lee. Maybe sooner than some of us even expected. So, you know what? Let me ask this. I'm just throwing this.
Well, everything you just said is kind of irrelevant if he's going to main event WrestleMania or not, though.
Well, what I'm saying is what if they give him the Saturday night? I'm saying Triple H, somebody who has jobbed over and over at WrestleMania for the betterment of the company. I don't see it being too crazy to say, hey, Rhea, you've been the engine to help push this company this year, but we have the circumstance with Punk and Rollins. Do you think like those that are paying to see that show live on Saturday night going to say, shit, they went and main evented Rollins and Punk over Rhea Ripley? You think they're going to actually say that to themselves?
I think there will 100% be a lot of people saying that Rhea Ripley got screwed again. 1,000%. And I'll be one of them.
Oh, of course. I understand.
People were freaking out about it last year. People were pissed off about it last year when the tag team match got the main event. Now, that was the best story being told. I don't think he does it 2 times in a row, and I don't think he gives Punk the main event already.
One of the things I was just going to say was like just throwing this out there. One way around this argument, if you will, is if they actually do this: Punk and AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch and Rollins, because they do tend to do like these mixed tag team matches also in WrestleMania, like this weird, funky sort of.
They're not doing that either. Match. They're not doing that either. He's not getting the main event because Rhea Ripley's going to be the main event on Saturday night. It's that simple. It's 100% that simple. And I'll put anything. But I'll put 6 matches, which almost guarantees the sell. I'll put 6 matches up for my prestigious and hard fought for Purple Nurple champion. I will bet anything you want, Vladi. Punk does not get a main event. And the biggest reason I'm saying it is because WrestleMania main event is his what do they call it? His holy grail. It's what he complained most. What he complained most about. And the Saturday night main event is not something that is earned. It's something that is given. That's not going to be a good enough story, especially when he cuts a promo saying, "Go ahead and headline night 2 of a 4-night match." He literally made fun of that. He would literally be the prophecy of what he did. He wants the Sunday night main event, and he sure as hell ain't getting it this year. So I don't think He's a long-term guy. He's there for several years. He is going to get his opportunity going into next year, but he's saying it to juice it up. And now that struggle will be real. It'll be a year and a half. It'll be a better told story. The question is, can he keep his nose clean in that time? I think he will. I do. But at the end of the day, he's not getting the main event this year because, again, that's the biggest reason. It's part of his story to sound like Cody Rhodes. And they're not just going to hand it to him. Oh, he got his main event. Yay for him. Because they don't even announce that until the Saturday night. Until it's still before the show.
So then how are you like so certain about this then? That's like the other thing that I don't understand. Like we keep on going down this route and the semantics of him getting the main event. Is a Sunday versus Saturday. Oh, he's not going to get Saturday now. Like
I just laid out the exact reasons. Literally. His big story is main eventing WrestleMania. It has to be a struggle to get there, or it's not really a story, right? If he doesn't struggle to earn that main event, what's the point?
I don't know. I get what you're saying, man, but it's still for him to come out on SmackDown, mention WrestleMania right off the bat. There's 2 nights. There's 2 main events. I mean, I don't know. Unless they said, hey, there's no way part of this behavior clause, like we're not going to give you that initial main event on either Saturday or Sunday this year. You're going to have to be here for at least a year for us to even consider it. Maybe that's part of it.